advent of His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel has the mantra of industrialization. And this, according to His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel, cannot be possible without power. To him, power determines the level of industrialization. He decided to also wait for an additional license to enhance Ibom power to generate more megawatts to cushion the power sector in the state. For him, industrialization can only be possible if we have steady power supply. The essence that the Department of Power was created in his government for the first time. And so, to speak with me today in our media chart to celebrate the first 1 year in the second term of His Excellency is none other person than a power veteran in the person of Engr Meyen Etukudoh. Engr Meyen Etukudoh is the Managing Director of Ibom Power and is also the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Power. Join me after the break as I'm going to engage him the road to 2021 as His Excellency in his avowed determination that Akwa Ibom State must experience steady power supply come 2020. He has also started by putting in place measures that will cushion these very important aspects. My name is Samson Agbaneke, a Politics Today. When I return from the break, I'll be speaking with Engr Meyen Etukudoh.
Oh yes, Governor Udom Emmanuel's administration that is people-oriented, vested in capacity, embodied with superior performance and rendered on integrity has attracted global commentaries and attention. The Americans said it, even the military confirms.
We are here following the wonderful success story that are emanating from your...
Our own Vice President relocates.
So when I think of a second home, of course Akwa Ibom is a good place.
China has joined. Are you an investor or entrepreneur? The 21-story intelligent building, good road network, well-equipped hospitals scattered all over the state with a world-class airline, 18 functional industries and still counting. These and many more are the reason we invite you. Come, live, work and invest in Akwa Ibom. Be part of the completion agenda. Only God, powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.
Welcome. Like I said, I have a very great personality, son of the soil, who has worked in diverse departments in the power sector. He's been in NEPA everywhere. This is one person that has the etiquette of power on his fingertips, and I'll be speaking with him today. Engr Meyen Etukudoh is going to have you on the media chart.
Thank you.
Engineer, let's start this way. His Excellency drafted you into his government for a very important mission, and that mission is to make sure that there is steady power supply. And if you are asked, as I'm going to ask you now, how far has it been to ensure that there is a steady power supply to cushion the much talked about industrialization as his policy thrust?
Yeah, the purpose of bringing me down here by His Excellency was to make sure things are put in the right perspective concerning power. And everything is okay. That is, for His Excellency and myself, honestly speaking, we could have let me say by now, because people keep graduating, giving percentage of power they have. Some said 18 hours, some said 10 hours, and I asked them, how do you calculate? By now, from 2015 till today, we should have been able to have 24 hours power supply in Akwa Ibom, or maybe as they graduate 20 hours. But for His Excellency and myself and the people of Akwa Ibom, because all things have been put in place to do that. But you know, power is not in His Excellency's hand.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that in this country. Some decisions are still being taken somewhere. This, when we go far, we come back since 2015 and now. Recently, last week, or is it this week, you will hear Siemens is coming to intervene in TCN and discos. You have heard discos are going to court, preparing to go to court. I asked on our platform, Generation Platform, Genco, I still should be going to court. Is it discos or the Gencos? The people who generate the power. When you generate power, Francisco, which is called TCN today, transport the power to the load centers. And you pick this power and distribute to the people. From privatization, BPE, Bureau for Public Enterprises, we were made to understand that people were going to buy off the discos, the Gencos, and so on. Were people, were technocrats, were people who were down to earth with power. But today, you can differentiate from 1st of November 2013 to today, which is May 29, what you have seen. And you may ask yourself a question, was it better in the days of NEPA than today, or should we go back? Those are the questions that the animals ask themselves in animal farm. Was it better before rebellion?
Yes.
Or after rebellion? So people should go back and assess. Going up and down, this is not going to help us. His Excellency and myself, we have what it takes to give this state 24 hours power supply. But I won't release it on air, as I've always said. But His Excellency and myself, we know what to do. But we are still hand-tied, you know? That is, our hands are tied. Like, you remember Showemimo, 1962, Awolowo's case.
Yes.
After deciding that case, he said his hands were tied. He decided the case and he was flown to London. So our hands are tied. Yeah? We have what it takes to give 24 hours power supply here in Akwa Ibom State. And if somebody...
If you are asked,
yes.
Because you raised a very important issue now, that you have what it takes to generate, distribute power in Akwa Ibom 24 hours.
Even transmit. Because the transmission line that Ibom Power built, commissioned in December 2009, the money has not been paid by TCN up to today. 16 state government and Ibom Power money. That is from Ibom Power, a 47 kilometers double circuit line, 132 kV, was built from Ikorabasi to Eket, and even the substation, you know, aspect. So you are need to take load, that is, transport power from Ikorabasi once it is generated to Eket, which is the first load center. If you go to Eket, somebody asked me yesterday, Eket has 2 transformers standing. One is 1 by 60. A 60 MVA transformer gives you 48 megawatts. The other one is 45 times 0.8. You add the two, Eket should be having 84 megawatts of power, in which the whole Eket senatorial district cannot consume 84 megawatts of power. That is from Ikorabasi to around 12 local government areas. But what do we have? Sometimes you get to Eket substation, they have not taken up to 10 megawatts of power. Is it going to Mbareni, that is Akam, that was commissioned last year, Saturday, October 21st, by the Vice President. Akam, the one by 60 MVA, can produce 48 megawatts of power if fully loaded. Okay? Out of this 48, what do you take out now? What they take out is from 2 megawatt to 8. I've never even seen 10. What is the rest doing in a transformer? You see, if you go near a transformer, you don't have to know now, and you hear it singing or shouting, oh, that is to say it's looking for food, it's looking for power, looking for load to carry. It means it has no load. And who are responsible to load the transformer, to bring this power to the people? If you don't feed, for example, 100 houses to a transformer, you know, and I will be making noise if you put 4 houses. Yes, we'll be making noise. So where have we lost it?
And that's why I want to ask you this one. The administration of former President Obasanjo decided to go the way of privatization. That was the only way we can have a steady power supply. But things hasn't changed.
Yeah, the Obasanjo gave root to Jonathan. That finally, you know, privatize it, like I said.
But the monopoly is still there. Because I've been hearing national greed.
National grid, you know, is talking about TCN, you know. NEPA existed from the day it was formed, you know, 1972, 1st of April 1972. The edit by Gowan, 1st April, established NEPA by bringing together NDA, that is Nigeria Dams Authority, with ECN, Electricity Corporation of Nigeria, to form NEPA, National Electric Power Authority, to generate, transmit, and distribute and sell power to every resident in Nigeria. Then, from there, NEPA ran, and people started talking that NEPA is monopoly, Nigeria Authority. Everything was authority, NPM, Nigeria Ports Authority. You go to Nigeria Ports Authority, they said they were all authorities. They should break the monopoly. Everybody agreed on this. They started the process of NEPA commercialization to privatization. And by 31st of March 2004, NEPA gave way and was sent home. We came up with PHCN, Power Holding Company, to hold the 18 companies. That's 11 discos, 1 transmission company, and 6 generating companies that time owned by the government. That's like Shiro, Jeba, Kanji, and so on. So now, 18 companies were being held by PHCN. Now, the process in BPE and all the power experts brought from abroad, within everywhere, they started working, typing papers, doing all sorts to sell. Financial experts came from World Bank, IMF, everything, how to sell this power, how to collect the money, and so on. But remember that the NEPA staff shouted on top of the roof that NEPA should not be privatized because the correct devices were not on ground. They shouted. I remember during that time, Professor Batnach was the Minister of Power, and I was at my time out there. We brought that table to the gate to be praying that NEPA should not be privatized because what we saw on ground was not to give. It was like animal farm. So, but what do we have to prevent government from privatizing? They keep on everything, meetings everywhere. prayers, fasting, and so on. Then by 1st of November 2013, 18 licenses were issued. Since then, Nigeria has not gone to bed again with power. Yes, from 1st of November 2013, the government said that they privatized NEPA, the distribution within 3 to 5 years will meter all the electricity consumers. In fact, let me use customers because consumers don't pay NEPA bill. Customers. So, but as of today, go and do your investigation. How many electricity customers in Nigeria have been metered? Don't ask me to tell you. Is it up to 45%? Let us take in percentage. And if a child goes to school, cannot even score 48, which they used to use as PA in those days, where is he heading to? So, has 45% of Nigerians been metered today, prepaid meter, like you have in GSM?
Yes.
Communication. That is one aspect. All the disco shouts, we cannot collect bill. People don't want to pay. And the customers on their side shout, we don't have light. Why should I pay? So there is a kind of rebellion. The people rebel. Say, my bill is too much, it's estimated bill. What do I have in my house? Only 1 point. They give me 17,000 naira. This. So that is the world today. NEPA, disco, will shout. Customers will say nowhere. So things get there. If today there is a problem, check within your area in Uyo here. If a pole got broken, you go to people say NEPA. If I may quote the governor of Rivers State, because when he got the MD of PHEDC, during this COVID movement,
Yes.
and said they should go and quarantine him, he says in the power. He said, which power is? He said NEPA. He said you should have said NEPA, not PHED. What is PHED? so people don't know PHED. They know NEPA, even children. So if your pole is broken along a back road here, we have to report to NEPA office or PHED office and wait the next action. I must tell you, in NEPA, in those days, 80s to 90s, stroke the 2000s, until privatization, you will see somebody dispatched from the office immediately. Falls. They were in a department called Falls. They carry ladder at the back of the truck, moving around town. You saw them in Calabar, where we didn't have a state here in Akwa Ibom. You saw them in Uyo here. That substation at Uyoron Road, the 33 substation, was built in 1975. Akwa Ibom was the first 132. That is, now we said Uyo is the state capital. In 1994, I came here with 2 other engineers, Engineer Demi and Engineer Ichegu, to site that Akwa Ibom and started work. 1994, we commissioned it February 1990 and moved to Elisha. Ever then, Uyo was steady 2 by 30. Life goes on. If anything spoiled, NEPA will come in, do their things, and so on. Since they did this privatization, what is going on? Because I have seen the days of NEPA. I have seen.
I was about asking you, since your advent in this power sector,
yes,
has there been any time you say, okay, maybe we're going to have 24-hour power supply in Nigeria?
You see, 24-hour power supply that people keep talking. Do occur, even right now to you, all places. Let me tell you how it works. Do you know of Akwa Ibom, which is a 132-23 substation? has 3 by 60 MVA transformer. In fact, Governor commissioned one, was it last year, to make 3. It was 2. So 3 by 60 MVA transformer, 1 by 60 gives you 48 megawatt. 48 times 3 is 144 megawatt. If the 3 transformers were to be loaded to their full capacity, it would have carried 144 megawatt. The whole of Akwa Ibom cannot consume 144 megawatt of power right now. We can consume, if it is fully loaded, all the villages and everything, 110 to 120. But the issue is that the day Governor commissioned that place, the transformer, out of 144 we are talking, the load they picked there was 20 megawatts. That's 144 minus 20. What do you think it is? By evening it went down to 19 megawatts. Yes. But some area we they put on 33 like commercial lines and so on. For example, this building, some other commercial places, they have power can be there for 7 days or 5 days non-touch. That is that 33 kV line. You understand what I mean? That is 24 hours. There are some places, have you not been to a place or that you see power 24 hours? Even within you, it is. There are some areas, there are some places. In fact, when we commissioned the 2 by 15 MVA at 4 lanes, with housing, shelter free, for some and the rest, we're having 24 hours power supply, and it could run for 7 days. What became a problem was when one of the transformers, 15 MVA transformer, had a problem. For them to change, that is PhD, to change, bring in another one, less than commission, took some time. You know, when state government build all these things, they hand over to them because they don't run. They don't have the license to run. So, Osongoma, shelter free, with housing and the rest, because of 2 by 15 MVA, this supposed to be on 24 hours power supply. But also coming on the other side, you heard the rate of vandalism at a housing, which we never expected that such a highbrow area should be so vandalized. That is one. Also, some other things, overloaded transformer, because once some people have power here, everybody will turn in. The transformer will pack up. All those things bring in. It's not the power. It's not the power that is the problem. The power is there. But the infrastructures, sometimes, that deliver power, if you go to Obak now, drive to Obak, drive to Ibarakwa, look at those cross arms. They have been broken. They have not been changed, but in the days of NEPA, people patrol the line. Before one cross arm is broken, they have changed. And that time it was even wooden cross arm. Not today. There is iron cross arm and optic fiber that can last for 20 years and around also. But today, have you not been seeing substations where transformers are in this Zulu, full of grasses and creeping plants, climbing, competing with electricity?
Electric pole.
Where are those people? In Nepal, they used to call them foresters. Their business was to go to town, drive from here to Korokpeden to everywhere, remove grasses from that substation, because they knew that if the grasses were there, it can bridge two faces together. 2 weeks ago, His Excellency called me, said there was no power at K-Line in a warehousing. And what happened? A snake was pursuing one giggle or rat and went to bridge 2 lines because the substation was not kept clean. So grasses everywhere. So this snake saw, is it lizard, and just move. He doesn't know it has crossed from blue face to yellow face, which is the middle.
Okay.
So once it breathed, the thing just fried it to fried meat, that is, and bridged the two and tripped the line. That was the problem, because those substations are not kept clean. So we are beginning to ask, where is the benefit of this privatization? Are the substations kept clean? Are they changing the insulators when they crack? Are they changing conductors when they cut? Are they changing poles when they are broken? The first rain that came this year pulled down about 71 to 80 poles in the whole of Akwa Ibom. Today they are still struggling to replace the poles. Poles were formerly brought in from Port Harcourt. Because of the COVID, you know, they couldn't move that time. I was the one who reported straight to SSG, said, see what is happening, this is what is happening. Come to Akwa Ibom, have meeting with some pole manufacturers and begin to produce pole here. But because maybe a relation of Samson Akpan, who is in Lagos producing pole, has to bring in poles. So all these things, is this the privatization we were praying for? Like we always talk, the animal farm.
Engineer, if we want to go by certain statements, I remember 2013-14 when the campaign for the office of the president was very intensive.
That was November 2014.
Yes.
Remember?
The former Lagos State Governor, now the minister, said that any serious government can have a steady electricity in 6 months.
Yes.
Is it that government is not serious?
Well, I will not talk for government at that level because I don't know what is in the pot. But I'm telling you that if government wants to get power to the people of Nigerians, let me say even 60 to 70%, they can get it by tomorrow morning. Yes. Why do I say this? People keep saying, what is it talking? Generating companies are about 26 now in this country. In 1982, we had only about 4 epileptic generating companies. That time US had 3,000 something. UK had 500 and something on this. But today, we thank God we have up to 26, which can combine them with its installed capacity, produce nothing less than 7,500 megawatt. That is kept from that. If they are brought, it is installed for 1,320 megawatt. Ask them, do you have money to maintain the machines to keep to your installed capacity 1,320? Kanji was over 868, Jeba 540, Shiruru 600, just like that. Ibom Power 191, Transcorp 620, and the rest, and so on and so forth. If combined, these places are functional and operational, they will give you 7,500 megawatts. Now transmission, can you wheel 5,000 megawatt throughout the whole country at the same time? Let me say even peak load period, that's from 6 p.m. to around 10 p.m. in the night.
Yeah.
Can you wheel? Is left for GCN to handle. Then distribution. Do you have capacity to handle 5,000 megawatts of power to distribute to the 31 states of this federation, including the federal capital territory? Do you have those things? Where are your transformers? There are some transformers broken down here in Uyo. I don't think PhD has brought in 2 transformers, let me not say 1, in case it roll into the state. Have brought in 2 transformers into this state. This COVID problem, lockdown, exposed a lot of things. We've been battling everywhere where transformers are back. Even to take them and repair, they have not. We do everything in the power sector. We check those transformers, repair and return. There is one here at Engr Meyen. Yes, off a back road. After they took it, they couldn't do anything. We brought another transformer, took that one off. The same thing at Drive, that is Assemblies of God Drive, all the two. Till today, I gave them another brand new transformer. They have not put it till today. There is
let me stop you there. Let's go for a short break. Yes. Because folks, as you're listening in, engineer, when you talk about engineer, talk about power, they are brothers. And so I want to go on a short break, but I want to leave him thinking. What actually informed the Akwa Ibom state governments to say they can have a steady power supply in 2021? What are those indices of ground that can enhance these policy statements by the governor of Akwa Ibom State? When I return from the break, Engr Meyen Etukudoh is on my hot seat. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes, the most important aspect, like I said, in any community is power. Like His Excellency Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Udom Emmanuel, always said, for industrialization to be meaningful, there must be power. And of recent, he has promised the people of Akwa Ibom State that if everything worked out perfectly, that in 2021, Akwa Ibom State will experience steady power supply. Engineer, let me come to you. Do we have the parameter, the indices, or what we may call the equation, to be very factual that, come on, Akwa Ibom State 2021 will have steady power supply?
Yes, we have everything on ground that we can do that. Because His Excellency has seen the parameters. 1, Ibom Power can still generate today up to 115 megawatts. Now if you take even 100 megawatt for the state, you can have some degree of steady power supply. You can import maybe 40, 30 megawatts from the grid, add to what you have. That is one thing that makes him to say. And 2, he wants to see the option with PhD in what they call power for all. Power for all main business is to find a way of getting meters for all electricity customers in Akwa Ibom State, not another state. So if we go to the 31 local government areas and we find that the total, I'm told, Akwa Ibom population is from 6.2 to 7 million people. So if we have 500,000 electricity consumers in Akwa Ibom, cutting across the 31 states, 31 local government areas, I mean. Now, when power comes to you, you'll be able to pay the bill. You don't even go to somebody, you can buy online the recharge. You can go there, buy 15,000, put there, and the bill will be collected, will be reflected. So, with the meter solution company, Atona, to produce or alliance with the parent body in China, that's Kremlin company, get meters for Akwa Ibom consumers. That is one aspect. The Akwa Ibom state government, through Ibom Power, the PHDC, is believing that they can do what they call network optimization. That is, go around the whole 31 local government areas, change broken poles, cut conductors. There are some conductors that were used in the 80s, small like this, clean 50 meters, 50 millimeter, that is, and so on. Some 70, they are still in use. They should have changed them to at least 100. Nowhere should be 70. That's
who's supposed to change?
100. It's supposed to be the disco, the owner of the network. But what I'm saying is that the state government is trying to come in to say we are tired of you operating here from 2013 to 2020, 7 years, and nothing has happened. We have our own records in our office, power sector. All the places we have put transformers, all the transformers that His Excellency have approved, we have all with us, and we can show you the local government areas, the places that they are kept. So now, His Excellency is pursuing not only here, he said we'll get it to the presidency to make sure that if the disco presidency cannot satisfy the people of the state with power supply, then they have no option than to give him that license. And when they get the license, for example, we were to be given license today, they say, Akwa Ibom, go and do your power. We will come back home, if the power is running. In fact, I just called Ushubu this morning. Say, why are you keeping us at 60 megawatts? When we can do up to 100 megawatts, you are keeping us so low. Not even 80, not 90. So if Akwa Ibom was to do his power business, we will run that our unit at least 90 to 100. Bring out power, drop load at AKU and into. We have 4 132 33 kV substations. That is what we have right now. And we have strengthened some networks. We built some lines like Atini, from Biabong to Mbente to Ohafia, that is boundary with Imo, to Igbo, boundary with Imo, still Atini. You know, in the power situation was so bad. Then from last year to today, we put in about 10 or more new transformers, distribution transformers in Ini. PSGDC has not put one, and they will not, because they said rural electrification or going down there is the state government business. That they are into business to make money. They don't take power to where people will not pay, or where they cannot realize their capital, expenditure, the capex.
Where people can pay, there's no light.
Where the people can pay within Uju and so on, they are still saying they are not collecting the bill, because if you look at customers, they are all estimated billing. How many people have prepaid meter inside Uju? And whose fault is supposed to be them? Remember, like you said, when the minister came, he came to that Ibom Hall, Monday 12th of March 2018. It was there that the first map meter access provider was launched, when the minister said our governor is the first man, to do this, that this is a power state. Yes. With all what he has done, makes Akwa Ibom to be called power state. And I say power state was Niger state because Jeba, Kanji, and Shiroro, all the hydro power stations. In fact, Zungeru that is coming forth is still in Niger. So the 4 hydros. So today, if you call Akwa Ibom power state, and coming from a minister who was not of the same party with His Excellency, then it means something has really happened. Has there been any state government? Please go and find out. that has put that money to build 132/33 kV substation. Please find out in Nigeria 36 states, including Abuja.
Will the federal government refund this money?
Well, we signed a memorandum of understanding. They will say they owe you. After all, America is owing. Everywhere is owing. Brazil. So they can say they are owing you, they will pay back. Pay them for 40 years or 20. The one we built, transmission line, finished in 2009 December, from Eke to Ikorabasi, has not been paid till today, 2019. Today, that is about 11 years. We don't know. We are still praying, fasting, that one day it will be paid. So the governor couldn't wait. He said he wouldn't wait for that. Because that axis, you know, there are industries. Where will we have fed syringe today? Where will we have fed the plywood? Where will we have fed flour mills and all that are coming on?
Are they on dedicated line?
Yes, governor built another dedicated line, 33 kV, dedicated from a straight with tee off to syringe. Syringe was producing, they told us 1 million syringes per day, but now that we have come, power has come, they can make 2 million. Plywood is on. Meter solution is on with that dedicated line from Ekam. Ekam is meant to bring out 48 megawatt, but they have never crossed 10 megawatts, which means the power is crying. It's looking for wood to use. That is PHCDC. Take me to the people of Onda, people of Eastern Obolo, Balani, Orogonam, and so on. Take me to those people to use me, but they are not. They say they are not paying. In fact, if you go now, they say this coffee, they have not been able to collect any money and so on. I don't know where we are heading to. Something has to.
What do you say about the estimated billing?
Estimated billing,
a serious problem.
Estimated billing is supposed to come from NEC. There is a calculation. If the local palace, how they do estimated billing, the local way is to come to your house. You have a 3-bedroom flat. The 3-bedroom have AC, maybe 1 horsepower or 2. They add all of them. You have a fridge. You add this. So when they add all the load, maybe it's 100 kilowatts hour. So they should use that with a certain factor, calculate, give you estimated billing, and not somebody to sit in front of a bottle of beer or somewhere. He went to church to pray and just had a dream and this and write something. Say your house. Maybe your house is a 1-bedroom, self-contained. It's a 23,000. And go to somebody who even have 4-bedroom flat and give him 15. That is not estimated billing, and that is supposed to be calculated. I think NEC has come out with something recently, because I heard in my village, they say everybody should pay 3,900. That is about 4,000. And I asked them, what is the basis of the calculation? They said the first 124 kilowatts hour, that is units, is calculated like this. Then from there they move and so on and so forth. So that is what they call estimated billing. But the populace has not agreed to that, because not in line with the promise of privatization, which was to meter all the electricity customers, not consumers. Consumers are people who don't pay. They are the first to shout when power goes off. And what did Disco say? Disco said to meter the whole customers in Nigeria will cost about 55-point-something billion. And I'm asking, did somebody not see before it was privatized? Did people not promise heaven and earth they will do this? Why has it taken from 2013 to today that Siemens is coming? Were Siemens not there during privatization? Siemens, ABB, Hinago, Alstom, GE, all the power giants were still there. Why did one not buy a single something? Rather, we have some Indian connected people. Maybe once your body is painted to be like white, you can combine and buy something, and you cannot. Even India, as at then, their nationalism was not above 100,000 megawatt. What of places like China and then have gone to 750,000 megawatt, France 100,000, South Africa 48,000 megawatt, Egypt 40,000 megawatts, and all these places they were doing fine. Ghana was getting 5,000 megawatts, and for their population they were doing well.
Yeah.
So why is our own always like this? All the money pumped into the power sector, everything. That is, nobody has sat down and be writing something. We awarded contract for so this. This is, have they done this? Have they done that? Nobody. Like I told you, this is not a rocket science. Everything has been invented. Electricity has even been invented. So now it's left for people, two people, maybe, to sit down and say this is what we are going to do. It takes the willpower. That is why I'm saying, if it is His Excellency to sit down, call me and say, what? Okay, we have been given all power and authority. Say, His Excellency, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, go back to your state, Akwa Ibom state. Take all the power and authority in your hand. Go and show us a model to get 24 hours power supply. His Excellency will fly back, whether with Ibom Air or with aircraft, come back. He will call me, say, okay, now we've been given power and authority. What next? I say, Your Excellency, that one this year was hiding. I didn't bring out one. I didn't bring out one.
Yes.
It was hiding. This is it. Let's put it. We are going to get 24 hours power supply. And I can still tell you, tomorrow. Even if they call me on national, I won't give them until I see they are serious to do it.
So let's get these things straight.
Yeah?
People say power business is very lucrative.
Yeah?
Can we make money from power?
Yes, a lot of money. We can make a lot of money if all things are put in the right places. Because there is a charge for power in kilowatts hour, in megawatts hour, that is from generating station. Assume Ibom power is generating, 1,000 megawatt or this per day. At the end of the month, we can invoice a 1 billion naira, invoice to Embed to pay us. But ask Embed, have you ever paid people 30% since then? If not for this 701 and 601 that federal government has to send money to central bank to do it. And when you ask Embed, he said distribution don't remit money, they collect. So like I said, if His Excellency is given power and authority to run power business in his state completely, generate, transmit, distribute. Where he doesn't have enough power in terms of generation, he can import and buy. Can buy power from the grid. He says, okay, but power will be coming in with 80 megawatt. I need 120, so 40 short. I get it from the grid. There is great metering. They will tell you, to give you 40 megawatt, this is the money, he gets it up and distribute to the people. There will still be problems though, because for one, people will start saying after it's government property, they won't pay. Some villages will say they won't, then they disconnect you.
What a prepaid meter?
Yes, when you use prepaid meter, PHCDC is even complaining today that even in the warehousing, the eyebrow area, that people bypass the meter. If you go, somebody who has a prepaid meter, Last month he bought 20,000. This month he bought 20,000 or 18 or 25. Then after 3 months, he didn't even go back to buy. You know something is wrong. The vending, that is if you go to the terminal of the something, they must have tampered with it that the meter is not reading. And in advanced countries, whether UK or US, they don't cut you off from supply because like in winter, people can die. You understand what I mean? What will you use to heat your house? What they do, if you are an electricity customer and you are owing the 500 pounds, for example, everything is open there, transparent. The bank account will show what you have. Whether you have 630 pounds and you refuse to take 500 pounds to pay, they will get that money and also fine you. But in Nigeria, in some places, big people don't even pay. Some palaces and so on wall places, in the army, secured emirs and all the chiefs, the paramount rulers, their houses may be walled that you don't have access to go in. Some even have snakes and dogs to push out people, so you wouldn't go. But in the advanced country, it is not like that. If you don't pay for the utility, gas, water, and electricity, you know what it means. It's only here when people come here and say, do you know who am I? I am so of this. That is supposed not to pay for electricity.
So the engineer, let's come back home again. Do we make money from Ibom power?
We make money, but the money is sunk into, a pit. I wouldn't say bottomless pits, because in Ibom power, this present government, the governor himself, made a debt of 6.68 billion from Diamond Bank. Ibom power, he said, was owing. Is this governor, as a banker, that told Diamond no? Is a lie. You are packing all the interest from the money collected to come and pay you, no. So they bid down to 2,350 million. That's 2.35 billion.
Yes.
That is Diamond alone. Afresim, the loan they collected to finish the work was about $20 million. They paid, it was remaining $11.6 million. That is what the governor met as a governor, which I come to meet as the mayor of Ibom Power now. $11.6 million. The case was in London. The arbitration is not within the country. I met it there. Agu gas, as at then, we were owing 2.62 billion supplying gas to us, because the gas is take or pay. Whether you use it or not, you pay. I don't know which group of people signed that kind of contract. So, moving from there, Access Bank was 202 million. Any debt that was below 100 million in Ibom Power, we didn't reckon with. So the total debt was about 10.68 billion. That's why no matter what Ibom Power is producing, trying to pay staff salary, do this, we are paying debts. We are paying debts. Last month, we have to take this thing to governor to approve. Last month, I took a bill. They paid Ibom Power substantial amount of money, about 2.6 billion naira. But gas alone take 1.8 billion from that. Afresim Bank came in, Diamond Bank came in, and all other debts. Like a teacher in the village in those days, when they paid the teachers, all those people who sell tea to him, sugar, they will be standing by to collect.
Just like in the barracks.
So when you collect the little money in the power, all the creditors will be coming in. When I came in, the same time, that is when His Excellency came in, because he came in before he brought me to Udom Power in 2016. We had 33 court cases, Udom Power alone, with one in London, the rest in Nigeria. Even former board members, I don't want to mention names, took Udom Power to court that they were owing him in 2008. He was also defender, let me say lawyer to Udom Power, doing cases for Udom Power. You can imagine a board director being also having a company that will be defending Udom Power. So they take any money, they do this. I paid other board members something to tell you how bad it was. In Ibekwe, in Paibekwe, people who did labor from the time of Gary Wilcox in 2008, we owed 10,000 naira, 12,018, till I came and paid them in 2017. Total of what? 3-point-something million. Taxes, CIT, company income tax, from when AYK started in 2001 till when I came was 902 million. It was not paid. Nothing. All of that debt mounted to this about 10.68. And was still Udom Power. The machine that was running, GT3 frame 9, there was no hot gas part inspection for the first time. It was supposed to be done at 23,000 hours. But when I came, it was already 26,000 hours, and if we didn't rush to do, it would go off. That was the first major contract I took to Governor, which passed through GPC, to be handled in 2016. Then by 2017 October, we did the first hot gas part inspection that we paid straight to GE, $3.5 million. I'm not talking of consultancy. Then by last year, we did combustion inspection. Then this year, we are grappling with major inspection. These are the 3 major turnaround in power, power machines, turbine. All these things were not done. The Udom Power, today, this machine, this part will go off. Like there was a time we lost 2 heat exchangers at the same time. We went round, we asked GE to bring from America. It will take some time to manufacture, to do this. We went to Ivory Coast. We finally got one at Ghana. And these airways, this one going to Dubai, what is his name? Emirates. I have to pick it, when you pick people from Lagos, stop at Ghana, go to Dubai. So you have to pick it at Ghana. Took it to Dubai and brought it to Lagos for us. You can imagine the money spent and everything. So he brought to us. We did it, and later we bought a new one for Ghana, bought extra one for ourselves, and so on. Today, this problem, tomorrow that problem.
How would you share in the sentiment of those who say that the federal government will not do anything to get steady power because most of their cronies are the one importing generating sets into the country?
That generating set something is not the problem. It's not the problem. You see, it takes willpower. Like the governor of this state, when he came up to ban 30 cult groups, he made pronouncement on radio, television, everywhere, and that was it. If you say today I'm a member of Black Axe, Viking, this and so on, that is illegal. Purely illegal, and if you are arrested by the police, you go in for it. If somebody take a decision say, okay, if they say it's the generator that is causing problem, from now henceforth, no more importation of generator. Didn't we stop importation of rice? And rice is everywhere now, from Katsina, from everywhere. So can somebody not say from today or tomorrow morning, no more importation of generator? If you cannot get NEPA supply, then let us stay like that, like the old age. So it's not that. Is anybody above somebody? In this state, the number one citizen is His Excellency, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, that is the governor. If he pronounces something now, you have to follow. If he says nobody should take so road from today is closed to work on, people will not take. If you are caught, you will be prosecuted. Did I not listen the other day to radio? They said from 8 p.m. is what? Coffee. To 6 a.m. If you are caught, what happened?
You are arrested.
Did I not listen? They said no bringing in of car, livestock into this state. With the people follow, no more. That the one you have, sell it till ending of May. And these are pronouncements. Don't forget, nobody is above the president in this country. He's number one citizen.
Yes.
And when he sign executive order, people clap. Let one be signed, no more importation of generators. Let us stay like that. No more importation of rice. Everybody has gone to farm to produce rice. Or if you want to have generator, you can even manufacture from mechanical engineering department in all the universities and polytechnics and colleges of technical school. Is it not? So forget that issue of those importing generators. This is one of those talks and so on. Yes.
Okay, we got a short break. When I come back, I'll be asking Siemens. Federal government is striking a deal with Siemens all the way from Germany. Will they really solve the power problem in Nigeria? Or Nigerians have a way of solving their own problem? These and other important issues on these media charts. After the break, please don't go away. Welcome back. Yes, federal government presently has some dealings with Siemens, and of course it is believed that we'll be able to get out of the doldrum of ineffective power supply, ineffective power distribution. There's some areas in this country that has never seen electricity before. There's some areas in these states, Akwa Ibom states, that His Excellency is also working assiduously to make sure that he takes light to them. Like the engineer had said, most of the transformers in this state, or almost all of the transformers in this state, is being provided by the state government. So what's the essence of these so much talked about privatization and so on and so forth? We'll get to strike this thing and get it right. Yes, engineer, I don't know. Sometimes I get confused about how certain things are being done in this country. But answer this one first. Yeah. Will Siemens solve the Nigerian problem in terms of electricity?
Siemens, we have to give them the chance. But my question is, was Siemens not there in 2013 when they privatized NEPA? You see, in the 90s, we were working with Siemens, ABB, power lines, and all those. You know, it was when the bidding went to World Bank that Chinese came in, Indian, because there are very many in the World Bank. Formerly, every equipment, if you look at some, all old transformers were ABB, Siemens. Yeah. Siemens transformers were few because they were the most costly. ABB, most costly in those days. Something that the Chinese company can do for 800 million naira, Siemens that time may take 2.5. ABB maybe 2 billion. So we were gradually moving in the 90s to the Asian war. You know, Indians, you know, China, South Korea, the rest, and Eastern Europe, Romania, and so on, Ukraine. So, Siemens coming is like they have washed the Nigerian industry. Now, Nigerian electricity supply industry, messy. Nowhere. A child born for about 7 years is not even crawling. You know, can't live, he stays in the same place. Yes. Cannot move. So Siemens, as I've told the federal government, is this how this child will be till he grows up to go to university, still sitting now, no working. So let something happen. They began to talk. Even the federal government must have been frustrated with what they see and feel Siemens should now come in. Siemens coming in, have you heard that the distribution companies, 11 discos, have run to court to stop federal government and the Siemens from interfering in their businesses, corporate DC. I wrote something in the Genco's platform that is purely for generation companies. Who should go to court? Is it Disco or Genco's that generate the power and nobody is taking it and is not paying? Or people take the power but they are not paying? Who should go to court? Disco's have run the court. So we will be here inside the court doing this thing or that, or Siemens don't bring in the material, except the federal government has a willpower to stand their feet on the ground, said, Siemens, come in, this is what we expect you to do. All broken down transformers, all lines, all this, change them. Let power begin to flow.
Do you see that being possible?
This year. It can be, what I'm telling you is the willpower. You don't talk so much. God doesn't repeat what he says. In book of Psalm 62:11, he said, once has God spoken, twice have I heard. That is, he will speak one. If the presidency says, Siemens, go ahead with your work, nobody should disturb you. Everybody should run to court and begin to turn around. And nothing like that. He can work if the federal government wants it to work. People keep saying, can this work? Can this work? There is nothing that cannot work. Like I've told you about this state, Akwa Ibom state, 24 hours power supply can work, or even 20. Steady power supply, people will leave house in the morning, come back and see power. It can work. But what did I say? If our governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, is able to wrestle power and authority, yes, power and authority, to come back to his state and do a lot of things, is Engr not working? If you go to Lagos or Abuja, people were, there was a day, somebody was to travel to Lagos from Abuja, and he sat from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. That aircraft didn't go, and they shouted, why can't Ibom go to Lagos? That is why Ibom started going from here to Lagos, Lagos to Abuja, Abuja come back. Ibom is the bride now. So why can't in power, if we get the license like Ibom got,
from the federal
aviation from the federal government, they are trying to get their license for deep sea port and operate. If we get that license in power, and it is in governor's hand with power and authority, this state will have steady power supply.
Do you see a kind of politics in this case?
There has always been politics, even in the pot of soup, but you have to play your own. Yes. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
There is always human being. A man is a political being, they say. And yet there is no university of politics. Everybody is doing politics. You know, when I came to Akwa Ibom, somebody defined politics for me. In fact, I defined in the Bibio language about politics. Nkwa, that is, you know, just carry you just to do some small things. So there's always politics, and politics must be people playing it.
Okay.
And I think the governor has come to master all this.
Yes.
And he will play it.
Engineer, as we get into a close,
yes,
you're working directly with His Excellency.
Yes.
How would you describe Governor Udom Emmanuel?
I think, let me go to science side. It looks like a man who goes for precision. That is, he gets a target and want to hit it, you know, in terms of science. You know, he doesn't forget what he discussed with you. If he discusses something with you now, maybe go and give transformer to so village and so on. Then after 3 weeks, you wanted to tell him that light has not been done. He said that it was since so time. You're supposed to do it. That is why every project in this state, anything called project, is executed unless governor is not involved. Since we came here, I've told you of numbers of transformers we have installed and do this. Every one is installed. It's not the days of you were to take transformer to a back, between here and above the transformer disappear and end up maybe at Odisha market. Huh? He knows what he signs. So he's a man with precision. That is, let me just use that. Let me not go to your political language, economic and all that. He's a man with precision and he knows what he wants. The whole world knows. Nigeria knows. The governor knows if he gets power right, economic situation will be solved. Employment will take its course because everybody will begin to do something. If you are to China, if you've been to China, I've been to China about 6 times only. So, everywhere, you go to Jiangsu, go to Shanghai, go to everywhere, go to this, you don't hear people talking about working in government or ministry. Every family is doing something. This fly is from China. Everything you see, even stapler, all those things. In China, everybody is doing something. Yes. So that is the focus. Yeah. I've gone with the governor to Dubai. We went for a meeting to look for investors into Ibom Power. You see, all the while he tries, he has been to London, America, everywhere. He feels like he should carry maybe Dubai to you and replace, so that good roads, electricity. You know that time National Assembly talked about Obasanjo spending $16 billion. You were in this country. Huh?
Yes.
That is during Elomelu. They went around the whole state. April 2008. I was among those who rode around the whole country to assess the project. I was in NIPP, the first people they took to start NIPP.
Okay.
2006. October, I was drafted to NIPP. That year, Dubai put down $24 billion to upgrade their electricity.
We'll get to this story, engineer. It's always interesting having you around.
Yes.
Let's get to a very important one too. In just 1 minute, look at the camera.
Yes.
And then His Excellency is 1 year in his second term.
Yes.
And then let your office, let your staff, and let everybody talk to His Excellency in this.
This 1 year is the second term is always confusing me. I always say 5 years.
Okay.
That's I count 5 years, 6 years,
Yes.
and the rest. Today is 5 years old on the throne.
Yeah.
Yes. First year on the second term.
Yes.
Yes. On behalf of the board, the Power Board, the management of Ibom Power and the entire staff, we wish His Excellency the best 3 years ahead. That we have never seen the best is yet to come, because we know what is on ground, what he has purposed, what he's planning to do. Akwa Ibom State will be singled out of the 36 states. After all, it's not all the states in America that are doing simultaneously. You go to Texas, different from California, different from this and that. So if Akwa Ibom can come out of the park, there's nothing wrong. But we know we will get there in the remaining 3 years. So I wish him the best, good health, because that is very important. Since I came to this state, I've not heard the day they said His Excellency was in the hospital, he couldn't attend to this, or his school meeting on this. He's always on. Yes, people like us are like that. They are always on the field. So he will get the best, and he has all the support from his cabinet, the deputy governor, the SSG, everybody, and Jackie in this administration. And they want to get at the best. So I wish him the best in the remaining 3 years, and God guidance, the grace to run the race to the end, and May 29, 2023, and finish strong like Paul Apostle, and look back to say, I've run the race, I've fought a good fight. Then he hand over the baton. The grace will be given to him.
Okay, Engineer, yes. What we normally do on this program, this media chat, we demonstrate to our people the essence of social distancing, just as we have done.
Yeah.
You know, you stay far away. Normally, yes, we're supposed to have been very close,
yeah,
but we couldn't do that because of the present situation.
Yes.
And now we're also going to demonstrate to them how you greet. Yes. For those of you perhaps who wouldn't really know, you may not really know us anymore. This is Samson Akwan, and this is Engr Meyen Etukudoh, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Power, and of course the Managing Director of Ibom Power. Yes, this is the greeting we're going to do this with. Yes, that's how to do it. Avoid handshaking. Wash your hands every time. Where you can't wash your hands all the time, use sanitizer. It must be alcoholic based. You just got to do that. Do not spread COVID-19. It is very important so that we can live and see that Akwa Ibom State, according to His Excellency, 2021, God willing, will have a steady power supply, and the mantra of industrialization will come to fruition. God bless Akwa Ibom. My name is Samson Akwan. On behalf of everybody, made this program a success. Solo has been there on the console, and of course the entire crew of this production, Engr Etukudoh, and of course the Commissioner for Information, Charles Udo. I want to thank all of you. God bless Akwa Ibom. Bye-bye.
Portrait of achievements by Governor Udom Emmanuel in the area of industrialization. He started with toothpick manufacturing factory, pencil factory, peacock pen factory that was abandoned for several years, and he revamped it within 100 days in office. Plywood and timber factory, block factory, metering solution factory, syringe factory, flour mill factory, fertilizer blending factory, coconut refinery, rice mill factory, plastic manufacturing factory, aviation industry, and the establishment of Ibom Air. Aqua Prime Hatchery, cassava processing factory, starch processing factory, and more are still coming. Come, live, walk, and invest in Akwa Ibom. Only God. Powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.